Hey y'all, again. I know I kind of rough looking today, but not the point. I'm gonna revisit the bullying thing again. So I think I've mentioned that I went through the school and I got a order of protection, safety order, whatever they want to call it, through the school. And after I made the video yesterday and my kids got home from school, my 10-year-old, and I know y'all have seen them, but this is Lucas, and he's 10 and he has autism. He told me that the boy that we have the order against came to him at breakfast and told him, well, he was sitting with a friend of his, and this friend of his is having problems with another kid. And so the boy that we're having problems with has decided that they're going to fight this little boy, which is a problem. That alone is a problem. And so my son's sitting next to his friend, and the boy that we are having problems with came up to talk to them, and he says, you know, I've got some 4th and 5th graders that are going to help us fight this one kid. So why do you need a group of children to fight one boy? For one, we shouldn't be fighting, but why do we need a group of kids to fight one kid? And then he goes, looks at Lucas and says, you're going to fight too. He knows Lucas doesn't fight. He knows this because he's been beating up on Lucas for 5 school years now. So, called the school. Told him I need to talk to the principal. Let me take a message. No. Told him whose mom I was. Principal got on the phone real quick. Told him what was going on. And I've got Lucas sitting right there, and he's like telling me the other kid's name that was having the problem with his friend, and that the fight's going to happen on Friday and all this. And he appeases me again. I'll talk to the boy in the morning. Called the police. An officer came out. He took a note. Now, this is Cooper. Cooper's 7. He's in the 1st grade. This same boy has threatened to slit his throat and shoot him. He's 7. 7, y'all. The officer took a note. His hands were tied, and I understand that. It's kind of all he could do. So he told me, he said, you know, it's a paper trail. It's just something you've got if you decide to file a restraining order or whatever direction you decide to go. He said you won't get a phone call. You won't hear from anybody else. This is as far as it's going to go as your front porch. And I could tell the officer was kind of frustrated. And he shared with me that he grew up with a cousin who had autism. I didn't have to tell him my son had autism. He knew my son had autism after talking to him. Because I didn't tell him what happened. I let my child tell him what happened. At that point, I didn't know what else to do. There's nothing else to do. I called the contact back at the board, and of course she was gone for the day, and I left her a message. Tried to call her this morning, she hadn't in yet. Got a phone call from a strange number, and normally I don't answer strange numbers, but I did. It was a detective with the city of Memphis, and he asked for me, and I said speaking, and he said, I got a note from an officer that came across my desk this morning. He said, I'm trying to find a way to turn this into a report. Can you elaborate? Sure can. And I gave him as much information about the last 5 years of our life with this child as I could. And he said, yeah, I can turn this into a report easy. And then I told him about what happened to Cooper. And he had me give him Cooper's information. He said, I'll add that into the report too. So now I have a police report that includes both of my children, and it's an intimidation report, and I can take that and I can go and I can file for a restraining order. And this morning I feel like I have done something for my children. I am tired. I have cried. I didn't sleep so great last night, and I can tell it by my face. But I am relieved, because now I have a step forward in doing something for my kids. And yeah, I walked my kids to school this morning. I drove them up to the school, and I walked them up to the door, until they walked in. And I'll do it tomorrow. And I'll do it every day if I have to. Because they are my youngest two of 5. And they are my babies. And I don't know what the future has for Lucas. I mean, he's smart, and he is on the higher end of functioning for autism. But as so many of us with kids with autism know, you don't know what that means. You don't know if that's just for now, or if that will continue for the rest of his life. I don't know if he's going to continue to advance, or if what I have today is what I'm always going to have. And I pray every night that he will be something amazing, because he's always going to be something amazing to me. And he's always going to be something amazing to his family. But I'm not promised that. But I have something to go on now.